be needing 6 medium to large size eggs, 1 medium onion, 4 medium-sized potatoes. I'm using red here. You can use whatever type of potato you'd like. And I'm also using a pink rock salt. You can use sea salt or any type of salt that you wish. And we're also going to need some extra virgin olive oil. So the next step will be to peel off the potatoes, and then we're going to thinly slice them, and I'll show you guys that once I get the potatoes peeled off here. So we'll get right back to the next step. Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to start with the onion. So the easiest way to do this is chopping it down in half. So we're going to give some slits. You're going to slice it down this way. So we're just going to do finely chopped pieces. That bit can actually be cut down. Let's just move this over. So to cut your potato, it's going to be basically the same way we did the onion. So you're going to half slice it down the middle. All right. And then we're going to cut some finely slices. Nice and fine. All right, about that type of consistency. Nice and fine. So not too thick. We're kind of looking for this consistency. Okay. All right, let's do the other one. So nice and fine slices. Kind of thin, not too thin. But this is going to soak up in the egg afterwards. That's what makes the Tortilla Española so creamy, so rich. The addition to the potatoes. So again, we're just doing really kind of thin, not too thin slices, if you can see that. All right. So I'm just going to finish off the rest of my potatoes here, and we'll move on to the next process. All right, guys. So we have some olive oil heating here in a non-stick frying pan. As you can see, it's a nice decent amount of oil there, olive oil. Where I've been heating it for the last 2 minutes. We're gonna add in our finely chopped onion. Make sure you keep the heat on a nice low. We don't want the onions to burn. Just gonna grab my spoon here, wooden spoon. So we're gonna let these fry a bit in the olive oil until they get a bit translucent. I'm gonna wait about 3 to 4 minutes or so, and then we can go ahead and add in our finely chopped potatoes. All right, we'll get back on the next process here. All right, the onions have been frying in the olive oil for about 3 minutes or so. They're getting nice and soft. Let's go ahead and add in our finely sliced potatoes. And these are gonna cook in the olive oil. We may need to add a tad bit more olive oil here depending. Basically, we want everything coated. Alright. So we're just going to be going around, just mixing the potatoes with the onions. Alright. Until we get everything coated and mixed well together with the olive oil. And then you're just going to be coming back basically every 3 minutes or so and just giving this a nice flip, a nice turn, until everything is nice and soft and tender. And we'll come back with that process here shortly. So I'm just going to let that go for a few minutes, and we'll get right back with the next step. The potatoes are going away, as you can see with the onions. I'm just going to add a tad bit more of olive oil. All right. And we're just going to keep mixing this. again, every 3 minutes or so. We'll reserve some of the olive oil in this frying pan afterwards so that we can use it for the tortilla so that it helps to not stick once we're cooking it. Looking really good so far and smelling really delicious with those onions. All right, we'll get back on the next process. It's been roughly 10 minutes. Again, just spinning this occasionally, flipping the potatoes over. You can see that they're starting to get a bit golden. That's what you're looking for. Basically, the potatoes need to get tender. So we're just going to keep flipping this over occasionally. All right. Make sure you're coating it with the olive oil. You'll feel with your wooden spoon or whatever spoon you're using that the potatoes will get more tender as you're flipping them. Try to be gentle. All right, we're gonna go another 5 minutes or so, and hopefully this process should be completed. 5 minutes or so. All right. Usually takes roughly 15-20 minutes on a low heat. Gotta keep it on low because you don't want anything to burn, especially that onion that we started out with. All right. All right, we'll get back with you guys on the next process here. All right, guys. It's been roughly another 5 minutes. This cooked up really quickly since our last break. They're nice and tender. I'm just going to grab a fork here. You can see that it's gotten a little golden. But just to give you an idea, the potatoes should basically be breaking through, going through each other, just like that, okay? So just to show you, all right, they should be stuck to one another, just like this. Nice and tender. We're not crisping them up, just getting them nice and tender. That's fine. I'm going to turn off the heat. Gonna take this off of the, it's looking beautiful, isn't it? And it smells great with the onions and the olive oil. All right, next up will be to beat the eggs, and we'll get right back to you guys. All right, we're just gonna beat the 6 eggs. Beat them finely. All right, I'm just gonna grab the potatoes. Look how beautiful that is. Beautiful. We're not gonna use the oil, so we're just gonna try to pour it over without the olive oil. We're gonna reserve that olive oil for the tortilla. So the remaining olive oil in the frying pan. You can toss the potatoes in hot, doesn't matter. This is gonna cook through either way. So this process here, the potatoes are gonna soak up the egg. It's gonna make your tortilla extra soft, extra creamy in the middle. Tortilla Española is all about the creaminess in the center. So as you can see, the potatoes also did go down a bit. They almost look like it was gonna be a lot of potato, but this quantity for this recipe always comes out right. So you're just mixing the potatoes with the onions into your egg mixture. Give that a good stir. Hopefully the lighting is good so you guys can see that well. All right, at this point, you're gonna leave this mixture sitting here. Let the egg soak up the let the potatoes soak up the egg a bit. I'm gonna wait about 15 minutes while this is soaking up, and then we can move forward with the tortilla making. All right, we'll get right back with the next step here. I forgot to add the salt, so I'm just gonna add the rock salt as well. All right. All right, that should be good. Give that a little mix. Let me just grab my spoon. we're just gonna mix that about. Okay, this has already creamed up a bit. It's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna let it go for another 5 minutes and then we'll start cooking. And add the tortilla mixture. Just gonna grab my spoon so we can scrape off this remainder. It's smelling so good. All right, so this on a low heat. We're gonna let this go on a low heat. We're just gonna let this cook down about 4 or 5 minutes on this one side. And then we can go ahead and flip it over. We're gonna use the plate method. So we're gonna have to use the plate method. Basically putting it down and flipping it over. You're gonna have to be really quick, but I will show you that process here shortly. All right, we'll get right back to you guys. It's been 2 minutes or so. At this point, start grabbing the size of the tortilla. And we're about ready to flip. I'm gonna see if I can flip this just the way it is. Let me see if I can grab a handle. No, I think I'm gonna use the plate method. It's been roughly 2-3 minutes. This is cooking quick. I'm gonna use the plate method. So, plate over the frying pan. I'm gonna go over to my sink really quickly because I don't wanna make a mess over my oven. All right, we flipped it over. Looking beautiful. Just gonna plop it, slide it right into your frying pan. Right, we're just gonna bring the sides together. And we're almost done. Another 1.5 minutes on that side because the tortilla needs to be, it needs to be a little bit wet in the middle. Don't worry, the eggs are cooked through. It's just the way that the tortilla recipe is. It's always going to be a bit wet in the middle, and that's the way you want it. You want this classic round tortilla shaping. It's got it a nice golden brown. So we're going to let this go another 1.5, 2 minutes, and we should be good to plate this. Let it cool down for a few minutes. We'll cut a slice, and we'll present it on a plate and show you how it looks at the end. All right, we'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys, it's been cooking on a low heat again. That's been cooking for 2 minutes on that side. We're gonna turn off the heat. So 3 minutes on one, 2 minutes on the other. We should be good to go. It's moving freely. All right, we're gonna use the flipping method again. I got a clean plate here. So I'm just gonna bring it back over to my sink. And there you have it. Spanish Tortilla Española. I'm just gonna clean off the edges of the plate here really quickly. That smells so good. Just wipe down my oven a bit. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm proud. All right, let's come over to the table, where we will just let this sit here for about 5 minutes. You can eat this warm. You can eat this cold. You can eat it at room temperature. I'm just going to wait 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to cut it into, I'm probably going to cut it into four slices here. So one down the middle and one across. That way you have 4 nice pieces for 4 people here. This, I would say that this recipe will feed about 3 or 4 people easily for a nice lunch or even a dinner with a side salad or whatever you wish to complete it with. All right, we're just going to let that sit there again a couple, 2-3 minutes or so, and I'll go ahead and give this a cut. We'll be right back with you guys. All right, everyone, it's been sitting for about 3 minutes or so. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this so that we can see how it came out. Like I said, I'm going to cut it in 4 slices here. Cutting down beautifully. I'm gonna grab one of this pieces right here. There we go. Tortilla Española. You can see those potato layers there. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for. All right. We're just gonna plate it up here. And there you have it. Tortilla Española. Spanish tortilla. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe and tagging along with me here once again at Sergio Vidal Cooking Recipes.